College football starts today, kicks off at the Division I level, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. It's only one game for this week. I got a college football segment coming up later in the podcast, so make sure to stay tuned for that with the one game prediction that is happening tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. I got NHL news and updates on the series that are going on right now in the quarterfinals, and I also have MLB news and updates as well as far as bubble and hot teams right now. So a bit of a shorter episode today, but it's going to be very in-depth when it comes to the college football predictions and the MLB news and updates. So this is all coming up on All the Talk, All the Sports. Let's jump right into this with some NHL series updates on how hockey has been going. The hockey season resumes today as it has been postponed for the past 2 days. So, full schedule today. There are 3 games, Boston and Tampa, Flyers and Islanders, and then the Knights, Golden Knights and Canucks cap us off at 9:45 on NBC SN. So, to start with a little bit of NHL updates, they do resume play today after they have postponed their season for the past 2 days. So this is makeup games that are being played today. So this will be actually Game 4 for Tampa Bay Lightning and the Boston Bruins, as the Boston Bruins are down on the Lightning by 2-1. The Lightning have that series lead, so the Bruins look to bounce back and tie that series up. They are without their star goalie, Tuukka Rask. That's been old news for a while now, and we've seen that catch up to the best team in the NHL coming into this resumption of the season playoffs. Boston Bruins were definitely them. You've seen that catch up as Tuukka Rask has opted out of the season. And Tampa Bay right now, in my opinion, is the hottest team in the Eastern Conference. The second hottest, I think Vegas is definitely going to win the Cup. I think I'll get into my predictions later, some updated predictions, but Tampa Bay and Boston have Game 4 today. Tampa is up 2-1 on that series, and the Islanders and Flyers are tied up at 1 game apiece, and they play tonight. Puck drops at 7 p.m. on NBC Sports Network as well, and I think the Flyers might pull this series out. The Islanders are giving them a run for their money, that's for sure. But yeah, anyways, Game 3 of that one is tonight at 7 p.m. And then the nightcap tonight, the Golden Knights and Canucks, they're tied at 1 game apiece as well in that series. I do think the Golden Knights go on to win that series. And tomorrow, the Stars take on the Avalanche. I believe that's the first game. The Stars are currently up 2-1 on Colorado. So they have a lead. Tampa Bay has a lead. Everyone else is even. So these are some exciting second round, you can call it, for the NHL. I think the Stars actually advanced to this one. The Stars are looking really, really good against the Avalanche. The Avalanche are the better team on paper and just looking at them on ice, but the Stars are really hot. I don't know if that season postponement for 2 games affects them at all, but I'm going to go with the Stars here. I'm actually going to go with the Golden Knights as that prediction. So Stars, Golden Knights in the Western Conference Final, and I'm going to go Flyers, Tampa Bay in the Eastern Conference Final. But this is where I change things up a little bit. I'm actually going to take Tampa Bay to go to the Stanley Cup Finals. I used to have the Flyers, but I'm taking Tampa Bay and the Lightning. I'm feeling good about the Lightning. I have them going head-to-head in the Stanley Cup Finals with the Vegas Golden Knights, and I think the Vegas Golden Knights take the Cup and have a very unique season in 2020 and claim their second, I'm not sure. Don't hold me to that, Stanley Cup Finals, but I think they're the Stanley Cup Final 2020 champion is the Vegas Golden Knights. So that's enough of me talking about the NHL. I kind of rambled on a little bit. I apologize for that. The MLB, they announced that they will be doing two bubble cities when the playoffs come around. Houston and Arlington. Houston, Minute Maid Park, home of the Houston Astros, obviously. The Arlington Globe Life Park, that's their first year in that stadium. That is home of the Texas Rangers. Both those teams are in the American League. However, since they both are in the playoff hunt, that will be host to the NL bubble cities for the playoffs, so they don't get that home field advantage. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, the LA Dodgers, Dodger Stadium, and then the San Diego Padres and Petco Park, one of the best views in baseball, will host the American League playoffs as their two bubble cities. So I think it's a good idea that the MLB has this. I like it. It doesn't really affect baseball as much as it would as a sport like football. But I think it's a good idea. No one really complained about it. Overall, great idea for the MLB. Moving on to some teams that are really hot right now. I have three. I'm just going to talk about them. Just a quick little segment I wanted to throw in today. How about the Tampa Bay Rays? The Tampa Bay Rays have won their last 14 of the 18 games that they have played. They are 22-11, and their percentage is .667. They are first in the American League East, and I think they have a chance to make it very deep in the postseason. I think they win the AL East with the Yankees. They have a bunch of injuries on that roster right now. They're going to have some in the future, I predict. So I have the Rays winning the AL East. Go Rays, honestly. I like that team. That's an under-the-radar team that you see, not high profile. You love to see a team like that doing good. And same with the A's, and that's my next team on this list. They're still Oakland, the A's. Yeah, so the Oakland A's, they're 22-10, and their record is .688. Their percentage is .688. They're on top of the AL West, and I think they win the AL West pretty handily. And then my last team is the Dodgers. I know I talk a lot of crap about the Dodgers, but I am going to give them credit where credit is due. They are 24-10, and they have a 706 or 707. I think I wrote that down wrong. Winning percentage, and that's just unbelievable. We all knew the Dodgers were going to be good. They kind of fell to the radar. And the thing about the Dodgers is they don't go on hot streaks, and they don't surprise you. They just kind of keep chugging along and just stay consistent, and that's why they're 24-10 and 14 games above their amount of losses. So Dodgers, great team. I think they have a chance to win the World Series. So that's it for MLB. Now I want to talk college football. College football is my favorite thing ever. College football starts tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Listen to this, take this in closely. The Austin Peay Governors will play the Central Arkansas Bears in the Guardian Credit Union FCS kickoff. Wow. I am so watching that game. I hope you all watch that game as well. I think it's going to be exciting. There's so many factors that come into this in my predictions that are going to come after I talk a little bit more about college football. But that's crazy. So college football, technically the first FBS game was supposed to be today. That got canceled a while back, probably in May, I think. It was supposed to be Notre Dame and Navy. College game days, the big week 0 game. ESPN, all of college football's week 0 game. Navy and Notre Dame, that was supposed to be played in Ireland. Unfortunately, that got canceled due to the global pandemic that we are experiencing. But hey, college football's back. 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, Saturday, August 29th. And it is D1 FCS. And these are a little off-the-radar names, but I'll get into these later. So the first FBS team to play is UAB, the University of Alabama, Birmingham campus. The Blazers, they'll play the FCS Central Arkansas. Wow, Central Arkansas just getting their TV time and sucking the life out of the media. They will play them Thursday, September 3rd on ESPN3 at 8 p.m. But then the first all FBS matchup that's on national TV. This comes the same day, Thursday, September 3rd. South Alabama goes to Hattiesburg, they'll take on the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles, 9 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. So definitely tune into that one. That one comes Thursday, September 3rd. And so it's South Alabama Jaguars versus the Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles, 9 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. That's the first all FBS game. And then all that weekend, there should be some FBS football for you guys to tune into. Now, let's get in to my prediction between Central Arkansas and Austin Peay State University. They go by Austin Peay, but they are Austin Peay State University. First off, I want to mention this. This is just these two logos. As you can see, I'm probably putting the graphic up right now. These two logos are amazing. The Central Arkansas color scheme and the bear, oh my gosh, I love that. The Austin Peay governor, the governor itself, oh my gosh. These are just two great logos, probably top 50 for sure in my D1 logo and nickname list. So, great logos, great color schemes from both of these programs. I think it's going to be an interesting broadcast tonight, and I think you definitely want to tune into that. So, first off, when I get into this prediction, we didn't expect any of this global pandemic COVID-19 stuff to happen, and neither did anyone in Central Arkansas or Austin Peay's program, right? So they were not expecting, they knew this game was on the schedule as the FCS kickoff. They were not expecting to be the hype of college football beginning, right? No one there. They were not expecting to be on ESPN, 9 p.m., prime time, the only matchup on Saturday, August 29th, and for that week. And that this is the first college football game since January. They're the first college football game since January. Many of these guys were not highly recruited out of high school. They're probably, many of them, this was their best offer, either Central Arkansas or Austin Peay. And they chose to go there. And when they chose to go there, I guarantee you they did not think they would be the first game in college football of the 2020 season, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, on ESPN. And I think they're going to be shocked. There's so many different vantage points. They're going to be playing. The emotions are running high in this game for both teams. But then you also got to look at this. Are the players going to be nervous? Or are they going to be so hyped up? And I think they're going to be a little bit of both. I think they're going to be amped up, but they're also going to be a little anxious. So, just credit to those players, man. That's awesome that ESPN's doing this. I feel awesome for those players that get to play on ESPN tonight on 9 p.m. Eastern and kick all of this college football 2020 season off. In 2019... I skipped this section. Central Arkansas leads Austin Peay in their all-time series, two games to none. Last year they defeated Austin Peay by a score of 24-16. Like I mentioned before, these players on national TV, they're going to be so amped up and juiced and ready to play. And FCS from Central Arkansas and Austin Peay, which I'm sure many of you have never heard, they're playing on ESPN. They're representing their school and their school pride. So I'm taking the Central Arkansas Bears in this one. I love that logo. Love the purple color that they have. That's not the whole reason. I am taking the Central Arkansas Bears in this one, 2-0 all time. They have a returning quarterback. And I have the Central Arkansas Bears winning 27-20 in this one in a close matchup on a hot night down south. So that wraps up the college football prediction. I'm not going to be doing that for every episode. Obviously, it's the only game today, so I wanted to give an in-depth prediction, and I'm so excited about the college football season. I will be giving predictions on the show for college football, but never that in-depth. So it's going to be exciting. Make sure to tune into that one tonight. That one's coming from Alabama, I believe, the Central Arkansas Bears and the Austin Peay Governors. So that wraps up everything I wanted to cover in today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you like this video and all the other videos on this channel. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.